Go with the very popular Jang Jun. We revealed him last week.
People really seem to take to him a lot.
People are losing their minds for him.
That's right.
This time we'll be lucky because we'll see the introduction of the map that
Oh,
we
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
see
that's
for
true.
the
Really?
past scene.
That actually loaded really fast.
I think
You can
people will
switch
be
back over.
happy to know that these intros are a lot shorter than in Dominion, because I've heard very many comments about
Yeah, you get
Dominion
faster
intros.
interaction, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do not try to play favorites, but I have to tell you, when I saw this map, like
This is your
it
favorite.
blew my mind. If you've watched like samurai films, like you feel like you are in this world of the mire. It's amazing because you get like the opening here is like a village, right? So you get a little glimpse of how they live.
It's even more than that. It's almost a city because when you get on top of the fortress, like you see that this is huge. Because that's the feeling we wanted for this one, is to have like very traditional, type of. I would say it's not samurai, but even like Japanese fortress.
Right.
As you said, like you open a book, you look at a movie, you go on the web. That's the kind of fortress that you would see. So, like if it's textures, like the shapes, the way we build the city is really based on traditional, traditional references.
We've got your
So
samurai
here you
ram.
start inside the city. You are surrounded by those walls. Again, you already feel the chaos. Everything has been blew up by the bombs. Like in a near past. So you spawn inside that main street that leads you directly in front of the gate. You will notice that in this map everything is much more square, so less organic than everything that we just saw in the Viking map. We wanted to have that contrast. For the ones who already saw like the night map, it's a mix between architecture and organic. Here, everything is about architecture. Everything is square, everything is solid. And George can talk about like the gameplay.
Yeah, so for example, in this map, we've played around a little bit with the metrics. So we have the first archer point here, a little closer than it is in the other maps, so we can get to the action a little quicker. Defenders will find they can get there really quickly as well using some of our zipline paths and stuff. And this whole side lane is sort of in a series of destroyed buildings that really beautifully modeled by our art team, including Alex, who mostly focused here on the Phase 1 area, who is away right now on paternity leave. So we're, of course, thinking of him. And Emmy as well was the other artist who worked on this map.
And I want to mention that it's also there's a Ubisoft Chengdu that worked a lot with us. Actually, since the beginning of the map, like they've been a big part of the production of the map, and they did an amazing work. Because everything that you see here has been started in Montreal, but everything has been finished in Chengdu, and the guys did an amazing work. Like all the detail you will see, even the map are like slightly bigger, actually much bigger than everything we did in the past. Like the detail is still there. It's actually even better, like visually. So.
Yeah, these maps are huge compared to our typical Dominion and Waste Tribute,
especially this one.
maps.
This one is a big one.
Which is another thing I love about Breach is when you play the game, like you feel like you're in a little corner of the For Honor world.
Right.
But in Breach, you have so much space to really kind of experience the world of For Honor.
And there's a transition, there's a progression. Like you start from the beginning, like because that's also something we try to do. It's to have a different flavor for each of the different phases. So as you can see here, when you start, you are inside the city, but as soon as you get on top of the rampart, you are inside the fortress, so it's much more military. And then when you breach the second gate, you get again into a very different space.
Very cool.
So the progression was very important, especially the first time you play.
So here's our second archer point here, again within some of these destroyed buildings. And you can see the roof is wide open here. We might come into play later. We'll take a look. I'm going to run back down here to the main lane. And we'll see, we have, again, some boosts scattered around here with some of this beautiful art. I should also mention, it wasn't just me working as an LD on this map. Kim was helping as well. And the two of us, I think we're very proud of what we came up with this map. So now we're getting closer to the health zone, which is inside this little market area. again, also kind of destroyed.
Yeah.
And you can see even for like an area like this, where we have the healing zone, it's still a good fight space. You can sort of flank your way in and out of it. There's some escapes. You can do like a one-way path over here to get out. And any exit or entrance is kind of loop you quickly back into the action of our gameplay. So for example, running out here and then up into this building where we have the rally flag waiting. And a view of that beautiful gate in the distance.
Yeah.
So let me just grab that.
What I like about this area in phase 1 of this map is that it feels like an area that was lived in. You know, like you can tell like these were restaurants and shops.
Exactly.
And you know, it might have been a bustling town until our army came through and messed everything up.
Funky T asks about variations. Are there different variations for breach maps, or do they only have one?
No, there are going to be 3 different lightings, so 3 different locations. So you'll be able to play the map in Ashfeld, Meyer, and Valkenheim.
Yeah.
For the test itself, it's one variation.
It's more
Yes.
variations.
Yes.
But when it ships, it'll have all of them.
So let's see, we're just going to run ahead and check out this tower here, which is tucked away in the corner, kind of discreetly, but it's actually a pretty cool part of the map.
So again, this is a very traditional, type of tower that you would find in any, medieval Japanese city.
And we can really get a sense of the scope, too, of how big this.
We don't see that much
world
the
is.
size of the city with this lighting, so that's
Yeah.
going to be a surprise
Right.
when
That's
they're
right.
going to play
Yeah, we'll
in
see.
Ashfeld, because it's pretty large.
So the water pouring off the roofs.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And here we have a zip line,
Yeah. This is really interesting what they did in this map.
and we have access here for a drop attack down onto that archer
That's
point.
crazy.
Yeah.
When you drop
It's-
attack somebody from that zip
Yeah.
line, it's
It's like an eye of the needle type thing, but if you get it, it's very satisfying.
Okay, so a zip line straight onto the gates.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is the only map that has that, and
Yeah.
it really it makes a difference in terms of gameplay.
Yeah, we added it in because this area was a little too easy to camp for defenders to protect.
Yeah.
So this is just a sort of a third access that we've added
Yeah.
that if they're aware of you coming that way, it's pretty easy to block you off here.
Right.
But that forces you to no longer be blocking the other entrances, and we found it a satisfying answer to that problem.
Cool.
That was definitely something great that Kim came up with. So here's the cauldron, of course, and we can see back down onto the main lane. This is where defenders are going to be trying to destroy the ram.
Yep.
And in all the maps, the shrine placements are a little different. So in ours,
Yep,
we tucked
that's
the shrine up on top.
Yeah. So
Again,
that's the shield, the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll dash back. So I'll take you over to where the defending side will spawn, just up on this platform, with a nice view out onto the fight space. And they can take the zip line down or the ladder as well. But I think maybe we'll tease a little bit of the
Yeah.
Do a little tease.
second phase.
So you'll see, I'll just give people a heads up. You'll see here, because the attackers have not actually breached the gate yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a functionality, so you kind of don't ruin things for your teammates, that if you go too far into the next phase,
Yes.
the game starts to
Yeah.
kill you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
First it gives you a warning. It's like, okay, go back. Go
back.
Then it starts
And
to
then-
kill you.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
so George will have to contend with that while we show off little bits of phase 2.
Yeah. So
Cheer him on and hope he doesn't die, so you can see more and more.
that's right. Thank you. Here's the first archer point in phase 2. It's a really tight space. Hopefully you'll have a quick bit of action there as we push into the zone. I'll take the ladder down. You see we have little side flanking paths here as well. And I'll take us into the main lane where we have this beautiful, now this isn't the gate here, this is a beautiful bridge
Yeah.
that goes across. And there's another unique thing in this map is having the ability to go from side to side in this phase pretty quickly without having
Yeah.
to
And
go
again, as
through
you
the
can
open
see,
lane.
the lane is super straight. That's the kind of feeling we wanted to have in this map, that
Yeah.
everything is
Yeah.
like perfect.
Very traditional Japanese castle design.
Yeah, even into how these barrack areas are sorted out and everything.
And again, you will notice as you get into that phase, the progression of the fire, like some part of the map will get broken. And we worked a lot, especially in this map, on the side path to make sure that you have, every time you play, you had the opportunities to go everywhere you wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's not like you can sneak around. People will be able to see you because of these long sight lines.
Yeah.
But if you're playing strategically, it just offers you more opportunities to make your way across the map in interesting ways.
And that bridge there that cuts the phase 2 in half, it's so good for traveling back and forth between the side lane and other areas of the map, and it really works well.
And there's a ballista at the back that we
There's a ballista on the other side. That was something we didn't mention, is that in phase 1 in this map, there is no ballista.
Oh, that's
which
true.
was a tweak we tried out, and it worked pretty well given the size of that map.
Yeah. And again, as usual, there's always a health zone and a guardian as part of the phase 2 of breach maps.
So you'll have to get in there during the test and find out where they are on your own.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
For this map, we did a big work with the modelers, so in Montreal and Chengdu, to have something that is very close to a specific Japanese type of architecture. So we work all the railing, the roof has been reworked. We almost restarted from scratch to really get close enough to the real, real Japan, I would say. So, and the result is really gorgeous.
Yeah.
And again, like if you get into the third phase, it's a totally different, style.
Yeah.
This is we're gonna have a surprise again, but I think that map was really, technically speaking, was really an achievement because it's huge. There's a lot of different ingredients. We created new textures, we created new statues, we created a lot of new stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's a great point. The tech team did an amazing job to let us have the map look so beautiful, but also have so much in it at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So starting next Thursday, people can test for themselves.
Yeah, people will be able to play these out.
To the 10th.
That's right.
And we're keeping the third phase a bit of a mystery on both maps right now. So I'd love to see what people think about it once they get in.
That's right.
George, people are asking for some emotes here from the. Can you spam any emotes with the Zhang Jun?
Checking his blade.
I don't know what you equipped. Hey,
so these will be your defaults, yeah. And
was the one where his back was hurting, was that an emote or is that just his...
He's got some great sort of idle animations he does where he
nice,
sort of plays with his beard
Uh-huh.
and looks at his reflection on his blade, actually, which is kind of cute. Yeah, I love this guy.
Got some swagger.
There's so much cool stuff coming from.
Oh yeah.
So excited to see.
But that is the end of the video, guys, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let me know your thoughts. I love reading and replying to all your comments down below. And feel free to check out my Discord and Twitter. There is a link down below in the description box for both of those as well. The Discord is a great way for me to talk to you guys outside the YouTube comments section. And of course, the Twitter is a great way for you guys to get a notification whenever a video is being uploaded, because YouTube is a bit weird sometimes. And if you like this video and you like what I'm doing here on the channel and you want to support the channel further, feel free to check out my Patreon. There'll be a link down below in the description box, and a link will pop up at the end of the video. And if you choose to donate, it is greatly appreciated. And a big shout out to my current patrons whose names you've been seeing in the background. Just wanted to say thank you for your support. It really does mean a lot. And please share this video around, it does help me out a fuck ton. And if you want to see more videos from me, please hit the subscribe button. I shall see you all in the next video. Have a good one, guys.